the back seat. Jess, you're gonna go do
She's gonna make a camp.
Jess, you're gonna do the mega camp watch party at all?
I'm gonna try and go.
That'd be awesome. I think it'd be good stuff. And then Trey, I don't know if you're gonna hit up the one down there in Sierra Vista or not.
I will
I
be
did
at
get
Mega
invited.
Camp with you, Dan.
Oh, that's right, badass. Trey's gone.
I am a mega camper. All right.
I'm excited. This is my first run. I've done the others, so just haven't done mega camp.
Yeah, it's fresh for me too.
It's first.
I got invited. I would have went if I'd known you guys were going. That'd have been fun.
You should have gone. Maybe it's not too late. Tell the
I mean, there's still time.
Oh,
tell
I'm
the
sure.
KW
I'm sure
you're
they
still
did.
working.
Jim, go on the Mega Camp Facebook page. There's people selling tickets on that thing every day.
Like
Bro,
crazy.
I'm not buying them.
No, he's trying to get KW to pay for him.
Yeah, they want him to switch over to KW from what are you, EXP right now?
No, you know how it is. Every 6 months, we got to change brokers.
Yeah, what else can you blame your non-performance on? Oh, did I say that out loud?
Hey, I've done 3 times as much as the 77% of real estate agents, which is nothing to be proud of.
I am the fastest of the slow midgets. Good morning, Angie. I think I saw your name on the roster for coming to do the Mega Camp watch party.
Morning. I'm going to try.
That's awesome. When's the baby due?
She's actually here.
She's
So
already
I just
here?
gotta- yes, she's 2.5 weeks. I've lost track of time.
Oh, so did I, clearly.
Yes, so just got to coordinate with the husband.
Man, time goes fast.
It really does.
Congratulations, mamas.
Thank you so
Wow.
much.
That's exciting. Well, what do you, other than having a baby, what else is someone else's wins?
Got 3 under contract yesterday.
Nice. Way to go, sir.
Got 3 under contract. I submitted another offer last night, and then submitting another offer this morning.
Attaboy, Trey.
I think I figured out the trick, Dan. You got to plan a trip. Every time I'm going on a trip, some shit happens. So I'm gonna just start doing trips once a month. All right, nothing crazy.
All you got to do, right? One of my favorite things about real estate is it comes out of nowhere.
That it does.
Now people starting to show up. Good morning.
I've had
you?
some weird stuff happen with offers lately. It's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, we put an offer in last night or yesterday morning. Then we got received another offer on a listing that went live, and we got an offer on Mike's listing that we're countering right now. So
Yeah, no, we submitted an offer yesterday and they rejected it immediately.
well, don't
Like-
put in such bad offers. What the heck?
Oh, they're all, we want full cash value. We're not going to fix anything. We're not giving seller concessions. And we want you to pay our broker fee.
Sounds like every deal I've had this year.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a tough sale for them.
It's been on the market for 181 days.
It'll be
We
on there for
submitted
350 days.
We submitted the offer yesterday and it was immediately rejected. Like, yeah, my sellers aren't gonna accept that we're rejecting. Is that all right? Send me the rejection, please. And then, so yeah, we want full cash value. We don't want to pay any concessions and we will not fix anything. And the buyer is to use our inspection, not theirs.
Absolutely not.
This is your seller?
gosh.
They're trying to force you to use their inspection company or their.
No, their inspection report.
Yeah, absolutely not.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, send me that email. I'd love to see that.
Okay.
Hey, this is your seller, Eric?
No, I'm
Oh.
representing the buyer. We
I'm like,
submitted
what
the offer to the seller, and their agent was like, "Yeah, we're rejecting. Just a FYI, we're gonna extend until 11:59 tonight for some reason. I don't know why." And then they're like, "But we're gonna reject because we want full cash offer with no concessions, and no, we're not gonna be repairing anything. And the buyer is to use our inspection report instead." I'm like, that's shady as hell.
The reason they want to extend it is because they want to use that to market other offers. So when somebody calls and says, "Do you have any other offers?" They say, "Yeah, we have one other one."
Yeah.
And they'll
So
probably
I
be like,
told
"We counter for all cash."
Yeah, I told him, I was like, cool, we will expect a rejection of our offer. And
Is that here
good
in
luck
Tucson? Is that
because
a Tucson listing?
Sierra Vista.
Oh,
Just send them a
okay.
cancellation of offer so they can't market it.
Say what, Jim?
I say can't send them a cancellation of offer so they can't market it.
Yeah.
Rescind your offer.
But this is like it's just this weird pattern. And I've noticed it a lot this past couple months where they're not even bothering to counter. Sellers just want what they want, and that is it. So there's no counter, it's immediate rejection. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Stupid.
Or even I think we put in an offer on one of them, and it was $1,000 below. Like it would have been $1,000 below their list price, and they rejected that one. Like, what in the world?
I was like sellers that don't really want to sell.
That's what I'm hearing.
Well, the listing agent
Yeah.
really needs to have a conversation with them if they do.
You know, you can request to be present during presentation of offer. Sell your own offer.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
back in the old days, that's the way it was done.
Yeah. You
You
said
talk about
all-
awkward. That's freaking awkward.
That's pretty awesome though.
That is.
I'm just
I mean,
getting,
you
I'm,
can
I'm
request,
getting
but the seller
irritated.
would probably
This is
turn
kind of
that
ridiculous.
opportunity down.
I think that's a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's the seller's job. If they want to do it, fine. Have at it. We're gonna find something else. One thing I can tell you is the buyers are buying, they're just not overpaying.
I wouldn't pay for this thing. And it's we offered at market value. It is priced above market value.
So what do they mean by the full cash value? Is this like an insurance claims payout?
No, just what they said. We want full cash value. So I think they're talking about their list price. They want the list price.
You're right. The full cash value is what my buyer is willing to pay for it.
Oh shit. That is full cash value.
Yeah. At
It's
this
all
point,
cash at the
cash
end.
value is in fact what we offered.
Our lender will give your bank cash at the end of the transaction.
Yeah, no.
What did I walk into?
That's what happens when you're
Oh,
late.
good morning, Sam.
Apparently, gosh.
Oh, I
give me
forgot it
money.
was Friday until I heard Sam's voice.
Hello, Sam.
Yeah.
How we doing?
Good. We're talking about forced terms on a contract from a buyer to a seller. The seller's like, no, we're gonna make our house super difficult to sell.
You. Did I hear
It's
something
been
about the
fun.
bank giving money to them after the transaction closes?
No, just
Oh.
Jim was being funny because the seller says we want full cash value, and Jim's like, yeah, my bank will gladly send your bank all of the money when we close. I mean, realistically, what's the difference between a cash deal and a finance deal? Just one more contingency.
Yeah.
You can't go finance a car.
Yeah, don't do that, please. Stupid people.
Oh, I was yelling at you guys. I switched the computer. I didn't realize I was muted.
Mm,
It wasn't anything important or valuable.
I'm sure it was, Jim. I'm sure it was. You say nothing but great and powerful things.
Oh, that's it.
But
Beacon of
back
wisdom.
to today is my last day of open houses for a week of open houses.
Nice.
How's that been?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I am definitely gonna switch up the times though and try something different. But I have a lead that's been to every single one of my open houses. They asked me if I was doing one tomorrow. They're gonna come back today. And I'm gonna meet with them. And if they like this house, then they want to put an offer on this one. If not, then they want to put an offer on the one yesterday.
Or they just want to see you again. That's
Yeah, I'm saying, or they could be stalkers.
There's that too.
They're gonna ask for your address next.
Sam, what are you
I'm
doing?
just gonna send them Max's.
He just gave me his yesterday. I got it. Oh, you're his neighbor. You know exactly what.
Yeah.
And thanks, Jess, for the review, by the way.
All right. Sam is here. It's time for some finance wisdom. Who had a weird deal lately? A weird finance. Oh, Sam, help me understand this. This is a great question. A VA buyer
Just that.
buy a second VA house.
Okay, it broke off
Yes.
in the middle. Can a VA buyer buy a second VA house? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
I
Yeah.
got one of those right now.
How that all works? Like, let's say the explain what entitlement is, how that works with VA loan, and like remaining entitlement, whatever that means.
Yeah. So basically, VA has a guarantee on for every veteran. As long as you have met your minimum requirements to get your VA eligibility, they have a guaranteed amount of $36,000. That $36,000 goes to pay a percentage of your funding fee. So under first time use is 2.15, any subsequent use is 3.3% of the loan amount. If you're 10% disabled or higher, then obviously that's weight. The way that remaining entitlement works, prior to, I don't know if it's the first Trump administration or the second one, but they eliminated county VA limits. VA used to have county limits like FHA did, where they would only finance up to whatever the county limit was. They eliminated those, and now they just stick to like whatever the conforming limits are. So the way it works is if let's say you have a VA loan for $200,000 and you've used I don't know 25% of your entitlement fee, and you want to buy a second home, you can do what's called a remaining entitlement calculation to see how much entitlement, how much that $36,000 is left for to pay the funding fee. And as long as you have enough money left, you can cover it up to 90% or 100% financing. If you are missing some entitlement, so let's say that you needed, I don't know, 50% of your entitlement and you only had 40% remaining, you can still use the VA loan. You'll just be required to come in with a percentage of that difference in down. So for instance, it gets super convoluted. Try to make it as simple as possible. Let's say that the VA only covers $300,000 of the purchase price, and you're buying a $400,000 home. The amount your down payment being calculated on is that $100,000 is remaining, because there's $300,000 that is guaranteed by the VA, and there's an extra $100,000 to purchase a home, and usually you're required to pay like 10% of that difference. So realistically speaking, even if you don't have enough remaining entitlement to cover 100% of the next purchase, it's still substantially cheaper than needing a loan option to get into a second home. The caveat with that is a VA loan has to be a primary residence. So there's some distance requirements that go into that. Obviously, for people that are like PCSing, is a great way for them to kind of start building a real estate portfolio, because you have to occupy the current VA loan or the new VA loan as a primary residence. You couldn't buy one like as a rental property, for instance, but you can convert an existing VA loan into rental property as long as the new home is more than 50 miles away. If that makes sense.
If they sell their VA home, does all that reset?
Correct. Yeah, as long, well, yes and no. Like, let's say that they owed $400,000. They did a short sale and they sold for $300,000. They would have $100,000 tied up in that previous entitlement.
Gotcha.
But for all intents and purposes, yeah, it does reset.
And is there like a time limit? So if they buy one this year and they try and sell it next year, does it reset, or do they got to wait a couple years before it resets? Or
No, It's pretty much instant. So yeah, they just. I mean, it's instant depending on like government timing for them to update records and whatnot. But you can always like we've had a few instances where it's been like a buy sell or sell buy situation with a veteran, and they have to have X amount in entitlements. They have to sell their current home, and all we do is provide the settlement statement on the home they sold, and that covers the entitlement. So it's at the speed of paperwork essentially.
Got you.
Yeah.
My last question: is there a limit?
No. So super cool story. One of my best friends was a gunny in the Marines he served in Iraq and Afghanistan, and he came back, and I don't know if you guys have met any gunnies ever, but they're like the tough as nails, but not very many high level functioning brain cells. And he was like, dude, I need something. Like, I've got like 4 kids and another one on the way, and he was doing concrete.
He needs a TV.
He needs a what?
He said he needs a TV.
So he ended up he bought his first one with me. Long story short, he now owns the concrete business. He has 10 doors. They're all like cash flowing. Dude's multimillionaire, and they spend most of their time on his little catamaran down in Mexico with his kids and fishing. Also, just friggin' rad story. But yeah, there is no limit. You got to be meticulous about how you go through that progression. But yeah, you can definitely build a real estate portfolio and do it the smart way. So with him, it was pretty cool. We were able to buy 3 of those 10 houses just during his active duty. So when he would PCS, we buy another house, and then he converted the one into military housing. So he's serving kind of 2 purposes. It's kind of putting money in his bank account, then also serving the VA community. Which, by the way, if any of you ever want to get into buying real estate for an investment property, buying stuff that is in proximity to a base is like there's no greater cause. No matter where you look in the United States, there's always a shortage of military housing, and usually it's pretty dumpy. So if you do have the ability to buy something that is within proximity and you rent out to military families PCSing, it's a super cool opportunity, and it's just about guaranteed that you're going to get that. So pretty cool. 2 of our properties are up in Whidbey Island, next to the Air Force Base, and they're always full, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, they can get in trouble for not paying the rent.
Oh yeah. There was one time that I had to call a CO and be like, "Hey man," and I literally had it within like 6 hours of that phone call. So yeah.
Crazy thing is they'll get an Article 15 and then lose more money. So it's like, you better pay this rent.
Yep. Exactly.
I don't think that's the case here at Fort Huachuca though. They're giving out houses like candy just because they got rid of like all of the permanent party here.
Yeah. So caveat to what I just said. With what I've looked at, like coastal. So obviously, like our borders, we have a lot of coastline, 2 major coastlines. I think any bases that are on a coastline or near a border are going to have a shortage of housing just because, staffing and everything else that goes on with protecting our coastlines is super important. But yeah, there's probably some areas where there is a surplus, but where I've looked like up and down the West Coast and then on the East Coast as well, there's always been a shortage.
Was that beneficial for you guys to understand, especially being Sierra Vista, massive military environment, and Tucson's got a big footprint out east? So
I'd say like 7 out of 10 of my deals are VA. So it's,
and
I'd say about the same.
Yeah, the more we do it, the more comfortable we get with it, being able to help VA buyers. I want to have that badge of honor saying we know how to help VA buyers. We got Sam. We have all the knowledge. We have veterans within our ranks. Because after all, it's a government program to help them get homes, and it's not that bad. Some sellers get super weird about VA loans. Like, oh, no, it's a VA loan. No. They got weird loans. They don't. It's the same loan. It's the same appraisal. They just have to have a clear termite report. That's the only difference. You'll sell it to an FHA. It's got shit credit, but you won't sell it to a veteran. Hope your house has a moth infestation and all your socks have holes in them.
There was a deal a couple years back.
Damn, Dan.
where the listing agent, she was new. In her defense, I think she'd had her license for like 4 months. This was probably her first listing. And someone told her not to accept VA deals because they were super hard to get financing and it was going to cost her sellers a lot of money. And so we came in, I was representing the buyers and put a full price offer. Like, it was a super clean deal. Would it close faster than their other offer that was conventional? But she went with the conventional offer, and I called her and asked the reason. And she's like, well, just on the advice of someone who's been doing this a lot longer than I have, they said not to accept a VA deal for X, Y, the reason I just told you guys. And it pissed me off so bad. I called her managing broker and I offered to teach their whole office a class on like why VA deal, why you should accept them and not be prejudiced. And she had to sit through that 2.5 hour class, just like so mad. But I was like, oh, yeah, that felt good. super petty, but I don't care. Like,
Just every 10 seconds. Any questions, Amber?
yeah. Amber, any questions from you?
Any questions?
What was that, Amber? I think you had something.
Easy. Yeah.
Did you raise your hand, Amber? Was
Let's
that you?
see your hand raised.
Knowledge is power, guys. The more we know, the better we can help. Because that's new agents out there. Who's heard anything about VA loans being difficult?
When I was a new agent, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely when I was new.
But that's the thing, is it's just old dogs in this business don't understand VA, FHA, conventional. They're the same damn appraisal. Same.
And now they're going with it.
Well,
the only difference is you need a clear termite report.
There are like a couple nuances, but nothing that's crazy. Like, so VA will always use their own appraisers, and it's a normal appraiser that has a VA certification, but they have to follow a specific protocol. They low key piss me off, not gonna lie, because they have 10 business days to deliver the report, and they take every ounce of those 10 days to deliver the report, even if they have it done the same day.
They sure do.
Super frustrating. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, the things they're looking for are health and safety issues. They want to make sure that, you know, the home that they're going to guarantee is one that A, it's going to be good for the veteran. If it's a good house for the veteran, the chances of default go way down. And then 2, there's no like, you know, looming repairs or anything like that that's going to pop up and potentially make homeownership challenging for them. So take it with a grain of salt. It is a good preventative measure, and, you know, keeps like the VA housing stable. But they're very similar to like an FHA appraisal, where they're going to look for like chip paint, cracked windows, things like that. Just make sure the house is in good repair. But even nowadays, you know, compared to a conventional, I think it could be the quality of what's going on in the market. But we're seeing a lot more appraisals come back as like C5s, and then we have to do things like subject to. We have to do things to get the house to get it back to a C4. Does anyone know what that means? C4, C5? Yes, no, maybe.
C4 is pretty explosive.
Yeah, C4 is pretty explosive. Okay, so after 2008, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, they started classifying homes and tracking their value and also their state of repair. And they categorize them C1 through C5. So C1 being like essentially C1 being new construction, C5 being rehab. They will finance up to a C4. They won't finance anything past that. So on every appraisal report, it's going to have the classification of the house, you know, C1 through 4 or 5, I guess, subject to. They do that for 2 reasons. One, they're really trying to, at one point more than they are now, but they're trying to go to a more streamlined approach to financing, valuation, just kind of the whole bag of tricks, whatever. Sometimes on an approval, we'll get what's called a PIW, a property inspection waiver. So if Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, this is only on conventional loans, if they have within a certain, like they have a certain level of certainty, that was redundant, they will basically give you a PIW. So it means that you don't have to order an appraisal. They're confident enough in the house's sales price that it's at least at or below what the home is valued at in their book. That all goes into that same thing, C1 through C5. So they're tracking the house's condition. They're also tracking how it's appreciated or depreciated in the market. And sometimes, like if your lender calls you and is like, hey, we got a property inspection waiver, we're not going to order an appraisal. That means that the house is probably like, you know, C1 through 3, and they have a high enough level of confidence that it's worth more than what they're actually listed at. So fun little tidbit of useless information for you, but there you go. Happy Friday.
I had one a couple months ago. I was representing the seller, and the buyer the buyer's agent said they're doing a drive-by appraisal. So the guy literally just drove by, looked at it, didn't get out of his car, and we're good to go.
Those are a little bit different, but so basically, who is the lender on it? Do you know the buyer's lender?
I don't remember. I have to go back and check.
Probably City Mortgage.
Shitty mortgage. There are.
I'm so glad you got the reference without me making the accent.
Oh no, dude! I grew up on South Park. There are a couple different lenders who are doing drive-by appraisals now, and honestly, the appraisals have pissed me off. This is a hot topic for you today, but the quality of appraisals has gone way down. Like appraisers, sorry, quality of appraisers has gone way down the last couple of years. And I can tell you why, but it's going to take like 5 minutes, so I'll save that for a minute. A drive-by appraisal basically means that they have run an automatic, an AVM, so an automatic valuation. And what's the M stand for? Something. It's M stands for something. They basically run an algorithm that said the house within certainty is between X and Y, and if that X and Y falls within like $10,000 either way of your sales price, they usually just allow you to do a drive-by appraisal. I don't think that's the right way to do it because again, when you're on a purchase, when you're buying a house, there's a couple things that you want to watch for. Number one, like what is your like really firm equity position? Because down the road or anytime you might need to refinance and either A, pay off debt to get yourself able to pay the mortgage again, or B, refinance and lower your interest rate. So having a soft idea about what your loan to value situation is never a good idea, especially if it's your first home. If you're seasoned, you bought 10 homes and you're like, you know what, I'm going to put 25% down. I've got a pretty good idea that I have at least 25% equity in this house. Fine. But for a first-time home buyer, where in most cases they're banking on the fact that within a year or two they're going to refinance and try and lower the rate, not having a really concrete idea of what their position is from a value perspective, I don't think it's a good idea. So I don't like when people don't do a good job on appraisals. We had one like a month ago where the guy was literally there for like 3.5 minutes. I like looked at my phone and he was gone before 3.5 minutes were up, and we got I came in at value, but he had like asbestos siding when it was freaking hardy plank and just a bunch of stuff on there that I was like, what are you doing, man? Like this, you get paid, you make $250,000 a year to do shit work. Like, be better. Honestly, it pisses me off. Anyway, rant over. Do you guys want to know why they're so bad right now, though? No? Okay. All right. I'll save it for later.
Is it the Tide Pod kids that are appraisers now?
Just literally, it's probably the Tide Pod kids. No, it used to be that you had to clock 2,000 hours of shadowing to become an appraiser. So like literally the requirements to become an appraiser were the strictest standards in all of the real estate industry: title, insurance, mortgage, real estate, anything like that. 2,000 hours is a lot of time if you actually break that down into weeks of work. Now they have lowered that requirement and they are able to clock those hours via body cam. So I can sit on my computer and be scrolling on TikTok and have a live stream going of someone doing appraisers and get my appraisal license if I wanted to.
Oh, got you. That makes sense.
Yeah, nope.
And they're just, driving the real estate industry. And yeah, anyway.
Hey, Dan, can you do both? Can you like be a realtor and appraiser?
You want to, yeah, but you can't appraise your own deals.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if
you can.
I'll defer to Dan.
Yeah.
Dan,
I know April says she can't do because she's a home inspector and a realtor, but she can't inspect her own clients.
Yeah, you can't inspect your own clients or own houses.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can be a loan officer and a realtor too.
I met one in Tucson.
So I don't think it's a good idea, but whatever. I also know some loan officers, some MLOs that are like, yeah, use my company. I'm not involved. No, don't use. I'm not involved. Like bullshit. Get out of here. Get out of here, Steve.
I have entertained the idea of getting my real estate license, but only to do my own deals. Like when I buy investment properties.
That's what Steve had his for. The exact same.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to piss agents off because he's cheap and puts wholesale offers on everything. He's like, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly right.
Who wants to give me $2,500 to buy a Thompson minigun?
What? Where?
I covered your electricity bill, so
yeah, no. Appreciate that. Still have credit.
Dan,
Dan, I put a note in chat for people who don't have military experience. There's that military relocation certification that can be kind of handy for folks who don't have that background.
It's not hard.
Right.
I did it.
the MRP.
MRP. Go get your alphabet soup. Let these other agents know that you're the badass in the business with all those acronyms next to your name.
They don't pay attention to that.
Yeah, shit. The more letters I see by your name, the more I'm probably gonna have to do the deal because you're too good to do it right.
Or you're too busy taking classes to get your certification.
What I want to learn how to do is figure out how to get on with the military installations like Fort Huachuca or Davis Monthan as a relocation professional that they recommend to their service members.
Go talk to them.
There's you guys have a PCS Pay It Forward down there.
Yeah,
That's a good one, but it's a third party one, but it is endorsed by a lot of the military bases nationwide and globally. Actually, I've worked with people moving from Germany. I think that's one of the larger ones, but I've worked with them before in the past. They're good.
Well, happy Friday, everyone. Sam, you're a blessing as always.
Aw.
Hope you guys learned something great. Let's give Sam a couple referrals this week, shall we?
Let's do it.
Do it. I think that's a good idea. For those of you who don't know, he's in your group chat. You have access to him. Ask him questions. Don't rely on Google and Chat GPT. Chat Sam instead.
Sam GPT.
Sam GPT. I'm changing my name now.
Have a fantastic day, my friend.